Hello, everyone. This is Moneer Barazi, your analyst, with you today on the 1st of July to look at the latest developments in the equity and commodity markets and see if there are opportunities we can leverage. Now, looking at the indices here, at the equity benchmarks or indices, we see red color for the most part. If we arrange those according to which ones declined the most and which ones grew the most, we see that the VIX has displayed some heightened activity. We see more volatility now in the market. On the hourly chart, it has dropped back a bit, but on the daily chart, we see slightly increased volatility today. The Nikkei has dropped today by 1.3% so far up until this moment. The German indices are both down. European stocks are also down by 0.47%. Nasdaq is also down, even though it has actually breached a major support level. So it might go back here and then retest those levels and then go back up. The S&P 500 is doing the same. It's slightly down today, but still we are in the beginning of the New York session. And we're actually looking at pre-market levels, so we do not know how things will play out because the month hasn't started yet. Technically, in the United States, the FANG index is also up. It's down, but it is up in the long run. The Nasdaq is down by 0.23%, but it is still in an upward move. Now, I want to look at some commodities. What really caught my attention was this spike in platinum, which could be because of maybe fatigue in the gold market. We're seeing that gold is ranging here. It has been ranging since April. It hasn't really broken the higher levels or the lower levels of this horizontal channel. So there's no clear trend now when it comes to gold. But platinum is still a performing very well, which could bode well for platinum group metals companies, both exploration companies and miners. Oil has shown some interesting movements. We saw that it spiked with the Israel-Iran war, but then it dropped after the ceasefire, and now it has stabilized. It is consolidating in this zone around the $66 per barrel levels. On the 1 hour time frame, I can see that it's still moving within this range. Maybe a breakout to the upside could signal a continuation to the upside, but this is not certain yet. We still need to see how this month plays out. We're still waiting for news regarding tariffs. We're still waiting for the Fed's meeting minutes. And there is the inflation report and among other economic reports. However, July tends to be a slow month, so we might not see those strong trends upwards during July. Doesn't mean we're going to see bearish markets either, but still, generally, July tends to be a slow month overall. I want to look at a few indices on StockTA and ETFs as well. I want to look at a couple of ETFs which reflect performance in major indices. First, we look at the QQQ, which has breached this level here at this point, and it is continuing on its way up, albeit a very slow move. We don't see a lot of resistance on the way up. We see, however, several strong support levels. The trend score remains bullish on all time horizons, so this could be a nice play. If you're overly cautious, you can wait for a pullback, but the general trend remains to the upside on QQQ. Nvidia today caught my attention. It has breached this support level at this point. So it has, I believe it's recording at record highs or near record highs at this point. It has been performing very well in recent weeks. There is no resistance to hold it back, and trend score numbers remain encouraging, especially the long-term trend score numbers. We see here it is bullish at 0.31, so there is still room to the upside to go, and we're still very much in the beginning of this AI wave. So Nvidia could stand to benefit from all of that. So it's really not a bad time for technology companies looking at QQQ and Nvidia. The next ETF I want to look at is the Russell 2000, which is a small caps index. And we see here that small caps didn't perform as well as the bigger companies on the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is trading at record highs. However, the Russell 2000 is still facing some resistance here. We see 3 resistance levels. Although they're not very strong levels, but investors should be a bit cautious about this. It could still recover some ground here, but I would wait for more clarity on this one. The long-term and intermediate-term trend scores remain bullish. However, we see some neutral activity in the short run. Nonetheless, this is still moving in an upward trend, recovering steadily. Long positions aren't too bad, but might be a slow one. The last chart I want to look at today is the Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin has been moving in this flag pattern for a while. Might be similar to gold, actually. Bitcoin has been ranging for a while. A tough market to trade, to be honest, and still hasn't breached this level here. So it's still facing some resistance, but the overall trend remains to the upside. A MACD crossover to the upside could signal a trend continuation, or traders might wait for the price to reach lower levels to buy at a discount. It depends on your strategy and your risk parameters. So that's the market recap for me today. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comment section. If you would like me to look at certain tickers, happy to do so. So please leave them in the comment section and we can go through them together. Also, be sure to join our Discord channel for more live updates. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.